Gambling can be a unique way of adding intensity to one's life in a lighthearted way. As you already know, it can be extremely fun and rewarding, but other times the complete opposite. There may come a time when gambling becomes more than just a game, and it slowly begins to consume an individual. Like any other addiction, it is unhealthy for us in more ways than one. Irresponsible gambling can lead to family problems, severe debt, and emotional distress. It is crucial that you attempt to break your dangerous habits as soon as possible. To start off, let's talk about some of the family problems that you may encounter. What kind of family problems am I talking about? I'm talking about your girlfriend, boyfriend, husband, wife, sister, daughter, son, brother, or anyone else in your household that may be affected. Irresponsible gambling will unknowingly begin to affect the loved ones around you. It may cause fights, arguments, or in a worst case scenario, divorce or separation. Did you know that the divorce rate among gamblers is almost double the amount of that of a non-gambler? Let that sink in for a minute. Don't let these things happen to you. Money is replaceable, while people, especially your family, are not. A similar threat is also just as likely. Irresponsible gambling puts an individual at an extremely high risk of falling into severe debt. Many gamblers accomplish this by betting money that they cannot afford to stake, in hopes of striking it rich overnight. This is exactly what gambling institutions are hoping you do. Falling into severe debt will cripple you for the rest of your life and cause thousands of more problems down the road. People who make $10,000 annually are 3 times as likely to gamble when compared to people who only make $50,000. Only gamble in small increments to avoid ever falling into debt. Never gamble with anything that you are not prepared to lose. We must also look at the emotional distress that irresponsible gambling will cause. Emotional distress is one of the biggest dangers of gambling. Bad gambling habits, more often than not, can lead people to commit suicide. How would you feel if someone you loved took their life because of an irresponsible habit? The trauma caused by this will never be repaired, and it affects everyone around you. No one should have to experience emotional distress at such a level in which they contemplate suicide, especially from something as easily preventable as gambling. Gambling for fun, on occasion and in small increments, will not only reduce this threat significantly, but it may in fact be enjoyable and a good form of stress relief. What can we take away from all of this? Irresponsible gambling will almost certainly lead to family problems, severe debt, and emotional distress. Ask yourselves, is the risk worth all the misery, anger, and stress? Don't let something that can be enjoyable turn into a dangerous habit capable of ruining your life. Get help to break your addiction as soon as you can. You don't need to conquer it on your own. It is not too late to make a change in your life. Make a difference today and stop irresponsible gambling.